When she said, remand you to the Harris County Jail for 180 days, my mouth just dropped.
What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be reacting to a video titled "Father Sentenced to 6 months in Jail for Overpaying Child Support." Let's go ahead and get right into this video. Make sure you guys don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So here we go.
Father is facing 180 days in jail for overpaying his child support and over-visiting his 11-year-old son. His attorney and a community activist are now demanding answers.
So hold on. So he does the right thing. He paid child support, and ultimately he's still sentenced to jail. What are your thoughts on that?
Why?
Yo, is this real?
I mean, overpaying for child support is a thing. Who in their right mind would allow this to happen? Oh my God, I don't.
Might be a feminist judge.
Listen, I have no idea. I guess we'll get more into the story and see what happens, but that's wild.
Randy Wallace joins us live with a story you'll see only on Fox. Randy?
Don, we all expect to see judges throw the book at fathers who fail to pay child support. But a father who says he's been doing the right thing now has an arrest warrant against him.
It's my responsibility to take care of it. You know, I brought him in this world. I have to.
Clifford Hall says he's more than happy to pay child support for his 11-year-old son.
I'm his father. You know, it's my responsibility to take care of it.
But Hall says when the amount of child support was modified, no one told him.
And I discovered that for some reason his employer was withholding a large amount some weeks, a small amount some weeks, zero amount some weeks.
And I didn't want to go to jail, basically.
So Hall quickly paid almost $3 grand in back child support. When Hall and his ex-wife were in Judge Lisa Millard's court last November, he owed nothing.
Opposing counsel testified twice.
Maybe it was to the point where it's like, oh, the sentence was already released, and then he decided to pay it up front, and then everything. I'm not sure the timelines on that.
Okay, so you're saying if he was too late on paying?
Yeah, if it was already like past due, and then the sentence was already like declared, and then he pays it all up front and some, you know, after the fact, then maybe from that point it's like, oh, it's too late. I'm trying to make this make sense.
The best interest of the child is not the father behind bars, and the child wondering, you know, where his father is. And if he's behind bars, he can't pay any child support, right? Yeah. So even if he was behind, I mean, he paid up, right? And he should continue to pay up, which seems like that's what he's interested in doing,
and he's
right?
Fine with
Being
it,
there for his child.
Apparently, you hear it a lot to say that men don't pay child support. So the one guy apparently that actually does want to pay and does a little bit more, like, you're gonna fault him for it. It's kind of like, come on now. Obviously not the one guy. I'm just relaxed, but
yeah. But the guy, like, you don't hear about a story about a guy overpaying on child support, right? So I hear what you're saying. The fact that there's a guy out there willing to do that, and you simply sentence him to jail, I mean, that's completely ridiculous, right?
I think if I was the judge, I would just be like, okay, you know what? Yes, you were a little bit past due, but like, it does show like the foot in the right direction by overpaying a little bit more from the past payments that were he was past due, so
he was acting in good faith.
Exactly.
I think that's what you got to look at as a judge. He's acting in good faith. And I mean, based on this story, it seems like he's in the child's life, right? He's participating. It's not to say he's a deadbeat dad or anything of that sort.
But the attorney representing the child's mother wanted Hall to pay her $3 grand in attorney fees, and Judge Millard agreed. Court documents also reveal Hall wasn't following the court's scheduled times to pick up his son. Another modification he says he knew nothing about.
The judge ended up sentencing him to 6 months in jail.
When she said, remand you to the Harris County Jail for 180 days, my mouth just dropped.
This entire situation is shocking to me. I've never seen one like this.
Community activist Quanell X wants the state's judicial board to investigate.
The court failed the child. The court failed Mr. Hall. The system broke down.
I can't be there for my son in jail. I can't pay child support in jail. You know, this is not in the best interest of the child.
Judge Lisa Millard says Hall walked out of court after he was...
No, especially because they made changes behind, like, that he wasn't aware of. And then now he's being penalized for it. So, of course, if there was no... If he was not aware of the changed information, then you all of a sudden... he gets a letter in the mail saying like, oh, because of these changes that were made that you were not aware of, you're going to jail now.
I can understand if there was some sort of reduced visitation or something along those lines to maybe penalize him for not, you know what I mean? Like just something just to kind of, I guess, make an example out of him. But I mean, at the end of the day, his heart is in the right place, right? He wants to do the right thing. He just simply didn't know.
Found in contempt, which she says is a big no-no. Judge Millard also points out Hall's attorney could have filed a motion for reconsideration. She says that would have allowed her to hear both sides again and reevaluate the situation. Hall's attorney is now working on an appeal, and in a few days, Hall plans to turn himself in, and Don will, of course, keep everybody posted on how this plays out.
It really is a strange situation.
Very, very, very strange. I mean, it kind of shows that sometimes these things can be changed, modified. Maybe one parent doesn't know, but it's very confusing, and you've got to wonder how this man could go to jail for this.
All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and end this video. What are your final thoughts?
I'm just as confused as the two guys, the anchormen on the show. Like, I'm over here being like, I don't know what to expect here. This is such a strange situation to occur, especially this is not a common story to hear, right? So, and yeah, I hope the best for the child as well as the man. I hope he doesn't end up going to jail. I hope a new judge can deal with the appeal.
Fortunately, these laws exist, right? Which is ridiculous because, as we said, the child is going to suffer at the end of the day, and it's just simply not fair, right? Because you don't really hear about these cases from the woman's end where she ends up going to jail, you know, for paying child support or, you know, being a bad mother, or, you know, things of that nature, right? Like, I've never heard of any stories of that sort. So it's weird that it's only one-sided when you hear these types of weird stories. And obviously it's a one-off situation, right? But you think there's a part 2?
I don't know. You think so? It's kind of old, but yeah, I'm sure that hopefully there's a part 2 out there.
You guys let us know in the comments section. We're kind of curious as to how this turns out. Hopefully it turns out well for everyone. But
hope so, yeah.
Anyways, guys, we're going to go ahead and end this video. If you like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time.
Bye, guys.